Hi, this is Torian. If you have teenage kids at home, you always tend to have this little arguments back and forth with them. I know because I have a teenage son. And so uh, he had a mind of his own. I have a plan for him. And so, it's like that, I want to do it my way. Sometimes you have to let them because I recall when I was growing up, I had the same arguments. My son has not really been an A student. He does good in school and everybody likes him. He's a very good kid. And people tell me, oh, your son is so nice. He's a nice kid. And I'm thinking, well, yeah, I know it's nice, but I want him to get all A's. So not everybody's cut out for A's. One thing my son is very good at is using his hands. And is very, very skillful because he kind of learned a lot of stuff from his granddad. His granddad taught him how to, fix cars, because his granddad is a technician and an auto mechanic. But I'm a bookie, so I want him to be like a student all the time. So we have this little argument, and because I've always owned my own business, so it's always gone to the office with me, several times. And then, as he grew older, I started driving around. I had him go around and take addresses of properties because I buy properties. And he's actually been going with me to buy properties for the longest, since he was like 3 years old. I put him in the back of the car. We drive all over, and I come home sometimes with a couple of, grandkids. Obviously, he doesn't know them, but he always says, well, Daddy, when I go back home, so he can go play with his toys. Now he's grown, so I told him, okay, if you're going to earn some money for this gas guzzler of a car that you have, I want you to do certain things. So I had him go around the neighborhood, put addresses of properties that need work, right? And so he started doing that, and I would give him, $10 here and there. Then the numbers get bigger. And I said, well, when you're driving around town, I want you to write more addresses. So I started a small Excel sheet. Then I thought to myself, wait a minute, wow, this is an opportunity to actually have other people maybe want to do this, okay? And so the website started, which I call gicdealfinders.com. So that's how you got in there. So I started it for my son. And I mean, he's interested in it, but he's more interested in fixing the houses when I buy them. And so, the first test that he got, I let him fix one of the houses. And I was surprised that he actually led the crew. The original guy that I hired, my son found out was the guy was trying to rip me off. And so eventually my son, led the crew. I fired the guy because he wasn't really competent. He was just, all he wanted to do was complain that my son was there. To my surprise, the next day, my son with his friend, they put up the whole fence. I was so impressed. I said, oh, okay. Sometimes you have to recognize, talent. So fast forward, I wanted to record a video. I actually put ads in the paper and on those websites, Elance, Odesk, and even Craigslist to find a videographer, right? Because I've been trying to get him to do this and for a while. So finally, this weekend, we had the video done. Okay, it took us almost several cuts, maybe 100 cuts, and he was behind the camera. And so we had this back and forth argument. As a father, and you're a perfectionist, no matter how your son does it, you always feel like he's not doing the job correctly. So when we were done with the video, he took it and he said, Dad, I'm gonna go edit it. So he took it with him, and he and his friend edited the video. I was still thinking I'm gonna have to get somebody to edit it because I'm too busy to try to figure out how to edit the videos. I'd rather find a professional to do it right away. So I told him, okay, when you get out of school tomorrow, okay, do the video and then come back here so we can get the rest done. And then I sent him a text. I said, look, son, I put up an ad to find a video editor and a cameraman to do the rest of the videos, okay? So if you want to apply for the job, let me know. And boom, in 2 seconds, yes, Dad, I want a job, okay? Eventually, they came back with the video, and the video actually turned out very good. I was impressed, and I thank him, and now I kind of appreciate where his interest lies. And so I want to try to encourage him as much as I can, because sometimes we feel like everybody has to go to school, go to college. I still want him to go to college. I mean, that's the bottom line. He's got to go to college, and what else he wants to do after that, that's fine. But I want to still give him all the skills that I know. And the skills that I know, the best is the skill of making money. How to turn a dollar into two. How to start with nothing and create a dollar out of it. And I've been able to do that in real estate over the last 15 years, buying and selling over 400 properties. I started with very little, actually with a simple ad that I got on credit on my local newspaper. The ad was going to cost me $298 for 30 days. I plunged in, so fortunately they gave me credit, and I put out the ad, and within a week or two, I got my first deal, made about $10,000, and 400 properties later, I've been able to do a whole lot to where I turned this $298 investment into a $50 million, portfolio over 12 years. Okay, so my goal is to teach my son the same thing, show him what I did. Hopefully, even if he doesn't want to do it, he will have the skill. And I hope you're able to do the same thing with your children. Even my daughter goes with me now when I go to look for properties. Okay, even if she protests, well, Dad, I want to play. Well, sometimes she says to me, well, Dad, why don't you just leave me at home? No, baby. I call my daughter Pumpkin. I can't leave you at home. You're only 9. So I put her in the back of the car, and off we go look at properties. And so, sometimes when you have problems with your kids or you have arguments, you probably have to just do a give and take. Sometimes you let them do what they want to do to a certain limit, okay? And then appreciate, whatever they do. So now I actually appreciate my son more, okay? But I still want him to go to college. And that's the bottom line, because I did. Not that, I eventually used my college degree, but it gives me a lot of confidence. That's what college does. Once you have a college degree, you have more confidence than other people, okay? And so that's why I want him to go to college. And I'm sure my son is probably going to watch this. And so that's all I have, okay? Thank you, guys.